So on the previous video I've presented the general features of the stereo hybrid 140 HPC SL 62529 of the year 2020 from Cube, and now I want to go over those features and why they matter one by one. So let's start with the price. 4,500 euros is a very good price for all the features that you have on this bike, which are an improvement with 4 years ago, and the price remained the same, which is amazing. I had to change brands from Track to Cube, but nevertheless, very good price, very good value for this bike. So the stereo is a dual Fox suspension with 140 millimeters travel. The Fox suspension are very good quality, sturdy, and they allow you to change the settings with air pumping and with compression and rebound settings on the other side, and same thing for the rear suspension. If you go on the Fox website, they will give you all the instructions on how to set up for your own weight and your ride style and the comfort that you're looking for. 140 millimeters is a good suspension for riders like me who are not doing enormous descents, just want to do trail and a lot of off-roading on the mountain bike. The Cube of 2020 has the new Bosch Motor. The Bosch Motor has evolved from last year's model. It replaced the crankset. Before it was a very small ring with very little teeth, and now it's a normal crankset. This allows it for the motor to disengage after 25-26 kilometers per hour, and you will pedal like a normal bike. The internal resistance is very little, because now each tour of the crank, it corresponds to the same tour of the chain ring. The new motor is lighter, which offsets the bigger batteries and heavier batteries that are available for this bike. You can also buy this bike with a 500 watt-hour battery, and but you cannot switch between the two. You have to select either the 625 or the 500, and if you want another power tube, you have to buy the same 625 to replace it. This motor is a little bit noisy. It doesn't bother me very much, and there's a disadvantage in relation to the previous generation, is that this is much more exposed from below, from the front, to all kinds of gunk, as you can see here, which the other one did not pick up so much. And so on that aspect, I preferred how the other one worked a bit better. It provides the same assistance levels as the previous motor. What else? Let's talk about the SL. The Shimano Group Set is available on the SL finish of this bike. So you have a Shimano cassette, Shimano chain, Shimano derailleur, and a Shimano shifter. The shifter is an SLX. You can shift up three in a row, but you can only shift down one by one. If you have the XT, you can go 3 up and 3 down. The finish is a little bit different also between the two. In the back you have the DRXT. The DRXT has 2 settings. You can let it free and the chain will bounce as you go through rough terrain, or you can lock it and then it's a little bit stiffer, but then of course the shifter will be stiffer as well. The cassette has from 10 to 51 teeth. It gives you a very good range for speeds as you go up and down, and it's very reliable. As I said before, you can change 3 gears at a time while pedaling, and yeah, as you can see, the disadvantage of an exposed group set is that it also accumulates all kinds of gunk that you then must clean off and reapply lubrication. The bike is also equipped with Shimano brakes, very large discs, the Dior XT twin piston in the back and 4 piston in front, because it's the front brake that absorbs most of the braking power for such a heavy bike. 25 kilos without the additional equipment, and then it goes up to 26. The frame is made out of carbon, which allows to accommodate a tube inside the frame. Only this part of the bike is made of carbon. The rear triangle is made of aluminium. It makes the bike stiff and lightweight, very nice. What else? The kiosk display has a lot of features. The one I like the most is the Bluetooth. You can connect your heart rate monitor to it, and you can connect the kiosk to your iPhone via the eConnect app, transfer all your rides, record them, and then transfer them to the website of Bosch, and then synchronize them from there to Strava if you want. I will not show you all the details, I'll leave all that for later. This bike also has a dropper seat that you can, with this lever, then allow it to go down. Let me press with my arm. Whoop. Yeah. And as you can see, once you press on it again, it comes back up automatically with a spring load. It's a great feature because you can go downhill, shift your weight backwards, and you will never go over the handlebar. I love it. It has allowed me to achieve certain descents that I was scared of on my previous bike. With this one, I just go. The Bosch Power Tube is the new battery from Bosch. Tube covers it with a piece of rubber. You press on this button to have it off, and you can see it's well protected. It's a metal frame inside, and you need a key so nobody can take your battery while you parked the bike. There's a button here to switch on, and there are some lights, some LEDs that show the battery load level. Very nice overall. The disadvantage of this system is that you need a key. You need to remove it, take it home. It's quite heavy. It's not handy to put it back. You need to be fiddling around. Whereas with the outside battery, you could just plug it in. It was very quick. With the key, you remove it very quick. This one, it takes a little bit more time, and after that you have to put the cover on. So what I end up doing with this bike is to use the built-in port, which is very nicely integrated in the frame, as you can see. And I just load from here, and it has this cover to keep the gunk away while you're riding. It has been working well. It protects the ports efficiently. Never had any problems so far. I've ridden approximately 600 kilometers with the bike. The advantage of the power tube is also that it frees up space on the frame for your carrying water bottles. So overall, all these features are improvements compared to the previous generation. So bigger battery, internally housed, frees up space outside, makes it more reliable. A word about the wheels. They are the 29ers. I think it's 2.6. This kind of wheel is a little bit harder to throw around when you're going fast. It gives you more stability, makes the whole bike feel like it's an SUV. It allows you to put less pressure on in the tires, which gives you a more absorption of the impacts. It makes the tire surface that contacts the ground a little bit longer because of the diameter, but also because of the lower PSI. And it makes it feel that although it's very hard to throw around, it also is very stable, and you can go through rugged terrain, rocks, roots, without losing control so much. really a really great combination of features on this bike. What else can I say about it? I think for 4,500 euros, this bike is a great value and well worth putting on your top 3 list if you're buying a bike this year. Well done, Cube.